Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome Coach Chris Armas from Toronto F.C. Coach, can you hear us? You can please unmute the coach's microphone.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Coach. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We'll start with Neil Davidson.
Thank you. Chris, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Neil.
A famous victory given the circumstances. Can you give us your thoughts on your team's play tonight? And I know it's a small sample size, but what do you think this bodes for the rest of the season, given the performance?
Well, the locker room right now is electric because, you know, there's a lot of belief in that the players gain from experiences like that. What you would, if you were inside of the locker room, you'd see all the veteran players, Pozuelo, Josie, rallying around the young guys that stepped up in a big way tonight. So, listen, how it bodes for the rest of the year, I can only say that what I have said, that there's a togetherness, there's a playing style that players are sticking to, that they're believing in, they're experiencing some success, and that I think it's empowering that we can be dangerous when we have the ball and when we don't have the ball. So obviously we're just getting started, but there's also a no excuse mentality in that locker room. It'd been easy to go to Mexico and start making excuses about this, that, and the other, but just really proud of the team tonight and be part of this organization. And yeah, what an effort tonight. We took it to them. What an effort.
Steve Buffrey. Steve, go ahead. We'll continue with James Grossi.
Thanks, Chris. Congratulations on the result. Big performance from a lot of players for you guys tonight. Alex Bono is a guy that didn't see a ton of minutes last year. What did you see from him, and in particular that big save late?
Well, I think it was clear. You know, he made some big saves, took care of all the moments he should have taken care of. You know, and then makes a couple of big ones. But he looked really sure of himself in distribution and crosses and all the handling. So just a real mature, solid performance. And you love when your goalkeeper can help the team and reward himself with some really big saves late. It's a big presence in there. He did a nice job. Happy for him.
Michael McCall.
Congratulations on the win, Chris.
Thank you.
Playing competitive matches as opposed to pre-season friendlies is obviously going to get the team in a much better shape. It's meaningful games. Do you feel this is going to give you a little competitive advantage now at the start of the season? I guess you won't know till you hit the pitch, but is that what you're thinking, just from what you've seen from the guys? They're at a different level than from what some of the other teams might be?
Yeah, I think it's a good question. But, you know, you think about having to prepare for these types of matches early on. There's positives and negatives, right? Like we're forced to push the envelope, right? We're representing Canada in this tournament. We have that privilege, and we have to go to Mexico with difficult circumstances. You know, we have there's certain things that are working against us. But as we've tried to push the intensity of training each day and each week, we've had some injuries along the way, right? So that it just, as much as you get this playoff type mentality early on, which is a big plus. We've taken some hits too along the way, but we made no qualms about it. We were going after it, so we were going to push, and I think we prepared the team, and the guys, you know, deserve that credit, right? What an effort! But yes, either way, we internally, from Bill Manning, Ali Curtis, we said we're going to go after this tournament. But as the head coach, I mean, I'm in on that and driving that messaging and pushing it every day. I was expecting momentum after this. Win, lose, the momentum that would carry into the MLS season, especially, getting young players valuable minutes, this is going to help us moving forward.
We'll try again with Steve Buffrey. Steve, you need to unmute yourself. Okay, we'll move to Jonathan Siegel.
Hi, Chris. This is Jonathan Siegel from MLSsoccer.com. Of course, with so many academy players, there's a focus there, but conversely, Michael Bradley was immense tonight. At least it seemed that way from afar in what we were watching. What did you see from him? What has his leadership meant in these two legs? I know you're asking a lot of him. How have you seen him step up to this occasion?
Well, listen, I think when you see that performance, that's a big player stepping up in a big way, driving the team with the football, with the leadership, with the quality, urging guys on. He's a coach on the field, but urging guys on when their heads are going down. He's been impressive from the day I walked in the door. So this has started a few months ago, but you know, it's another guy that I'm proud of because I see a big commitment for what we're doing, and he's really driving the message and committing fully. But listen, this is Michael. He's a top player. I've said it weeks ago that I think I'm not so sure people see the talent that we have in front of us. People are quick to judge and count him out, which I really appreciate that because it's just fuel. He's a winner. He's a leader. I've not coached a player that type of leadership skills. That's just, you know, it's just inherent. And he works on it every day. He's really thoughtful about how he shows up every day. And, you know, it's got, I think, really nice balance right now of leading by example. I think that's the best thing he can do is play well, which this has been every single day. And imagine what these young players, I remind them that it's not osmosis here. Like you get better by just being here. We're encouraging them to watch. What a mentor to these young players. That Ralph Prizzo stays close to Michael on the field with and without the ball. You can see he's being fast tracked by a top, one of the best.
We'll take two more questions for the coach, John Molinaro.
Hi, Chris. Congratulations on the win. When you look back at the last 90 minutes, I mean, how would you diagnose it? If you could pinpoint one or two keys to victory for you guys, I mean, how did you pull this off?
Well, there's a few things. I mean, we went after it in León. In doing so, yeah, we got to see and experience so many different things in ways they can hurt opposition, but you know, they obviously switch the point of attack. They create overloads in wide areas. They have key players in these situations. So we wanted to make sure a few things happened tonight. And one was pressure on the ball. As much as it, you know, the teams like that, they need time and space, and to do those, we had to launch more pressing moments up the pitch in a mid block, let's say. Two, when the ball got wide, then what? Right? We're trying to keep it to one side in different ways. And still now we knew where spaces would be in transition when we could win the ball. So we knew if we can launch more attacks of pressing, we can give them less time and space, we could deal with the wide areas, that this would inevitably, we saw it in the second half the night, and even in the first half, that we were able to create transition because they commit so many numbers forward. So it wasn't if, it was when, like the second goal, I believe, yeah, we're dangerous on the night when we don't have the ball. And now if we're able to capitalize on that, and that was the plan. Say, you know, we're going to create moments. Can we have enough moments where we can make them pay? So easier said than done from the head coach sitting on the side, but the guys committed to it. We trained it, we show it, we work it, we repeat it. And in a quick time, I think the guys are understanding it. And as we say, it's empowering to players. Yeah.
We'll close with Sergio Venegas.
Gracias, muy amable. Thank you very much, Sergio Venegas, live from Deportes. Coach, I see you so calm. You just kicked out the champion of the year, the Mexican League. What are your thoughts about that, and why are you concerned for the next bracket? And congratulations, because you got an astonishing performance tonight, beating 2-1. I don't understand how you're not going crazy at this moment.
You missed me right now. Okay, I'm smiling inside, of course, but I had my moment with the team to see Josie Altidore, the look on Michael Bradley's face. These are winners. They're team guys. To see the young players, for them to experience this. I was right in there with them out on the pitch, and at the same time, yeah, I mean, it's a special moment for us, TFC, and our supporters back home, that they can feel part of this. But now, listen, it's back to work. It's back to work. This is only the beginning of the season. We're so proud and that we were able to put León in a difficult 2 games, home and away. So yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with the results. Now we have to quickly get back to work, and there's more. There's more for this team. There's much more for TFC here. The young guys coming through, veteran. We're getting healthy. We're getting strong. So, listen, my thoughts on the match. It's an incredible victory for the players, and I'm part of it. I'm really proud of the team, and yeah. But we have another game Saturday, and getting ready for the next round of Champions League.
Coach, thank you so much. With this, we conclude the first part of the press conference with Toronto FC. I would like to invite Patrick Mullins.
The way it goes, it's football, huh?
Hi, Patrick. Welcome.
Hello.
We'll start with James Grossi.
Thanks, Pat. Big win for the side tonight. Can you sort of take us through your thoughts on the match and what the emotions of the celebration we got a little glimpse of there? How's you feeling?
Sure. Yeah, we left León last week, and I think that's when this match started up. It was halftime, and we had an amazing week of preparation where we really focused on us and how we could be dangerous. And I think we also wanted to be really tough to play against. And I think that's what we saw tonight. We came out in the first half against a team that we knew was talented and create chances. And we wanted to really put them under pressure and do that in a synchronized way where we're all together and causing turnovers and trying to be dangerous once we get that possession of the ball. And I think you saw that throughout the first half, and I think even into the second half, it became even more difficult for them to deal with and dangerous, which you saw how it led up to our goals. And my goal, things happened very quickly in that goal. Jacob is a player who I feel like we've trained similar movements like that all the time off of starting attacks, and then once the ball was in the net, a lot of things hit me. But then I heard Michael come over and say, "That's for the Mullins family," and then things really came down to earth to me. I had lost my grandmother this past week, so I very much had a heavy heart in this game, and I think the team supported me so much through that loss of my family. So once again, in that moment, in that goal, and a big game, that meant a lot to me. And then just to see how we continued on the last 20 to 25 minutes, even when it got close there at the end, I think once again, it just shows where our group's at now, and kind of a little taste of what we can do when we put it all together. And when we move forward now with MLS season starting this weekend, and then of course now we'll be into the next round here.
Ian Davidson.
Thank you. First, Patrick, sorry for your loss. Our condolences.
Thank you so much.
A lot of the young players, the young talent, really put their hand up tonight, and also in León last week. Can you just tell us a little bit about what you saw from these youngsters the last 2 games?
I saw a group of players that not only stepped up on this moment, they embraced it, they shined in that moment. We've been seeing their qualities ever since they've been with us in training in this preseason, and I think we all had belief in what we could do as a group when they were all on the pitch. So, we saw what Ralph does tonight, covering ground and turning balls over and being kind of the start of our attacks. And then Luke Singh, anchoring us down in the back, making plays, blocking crosses. I already talked about Jacob Schaffelberg, some of the success he has in Noble. When he's on the ball and he's getting touches, I think it excites our team. So I think we saw in their performances, from the guys who started and the guys who came into, that we have quality players, and I think we have hungry players that are just wanting to get started and keep showing what they can do on these types of stages.
Michael Singh, sorry.
Thanks, Alejandra. Hey, Patrick. Just sort of building off what you said there about Luke Singh, can you kind of take us into the locker room before the match? Is there any sort of advice anyone was giving him, and just how commendable was his story tonight, making his first career start?
Well, we were all just so happy for him because, as I said before, we had been seeing these types of levels that he's been hitting in training, and I think we all had a lot of belief in him to step up into the lineup tonight. And I think he started the game well, and that continued on throughout the rest of the night. So everything that I saw from him in the build up to this game, I think is great credit to him to be ready for his moment and to take it, and he absolutely did. So I think everyone was just so happy to congratulate him on his first start, and obviously he made the appearance last week in León, so it must be an amazing feeling for him tonight.
We'll take two more questions for Patrick. Jonathan Siegel.
Hey, Patrick, this is Jonathan Siegel from MLSsoccer.com. Of the 5 MLS teams in CCL this year, you guys on paper at least had the toughest draw. And then there were, of course, some circumstances around who's available, etc. Being away from home as a club yourself, going to Mexico in the first leg. How did you see the team respond to that? Because whether you guys are paying attention to it or not, there were people who were like, hey, is Toronto going to get through this? Can they navigate it? But you guys found a way. How did you see the team answer that?
Oh, I think the players and this club does what it always does, is have belief in ourselves in all situations to go out and really go for the game and push for wins each night out. No matter the circumstance, we prepared in the same way that we would for any other game, and just to come out with that type of mentality, I think it's something that this club has been about, and I think we're showing how we've reignited that mentality and continuing on to the start of this season in the Champions League campaign.
We'll close with John Molinaro.
Hi, Patrick. Thoughts and prayers to you and your family during this difficult time. Can you take me through the goal, yours? Because it seemed like when Michael sort of plays that ball out wide to Jacob, you instinctively go to the back post. Do I have that right? I mean, did you sort of know that that's where Jake was going to play it to?
Absolutely. We've seen Jacob do that many times, where he creates just a half a yard, a little bit of an opening to where he can play the ball in dangerous areas in the box. And just the way that the game was going, there were a lot of intense moments where defenders are stepping quickly to attacking players. So I just kept always thinking, when we get balls in those moments, whether it's Jacob or Markey or Richie or Aro getting forward, can I keep being alert in the box? Can I keep finding spaces to be dangerous in the box? And like I said, I'd seen it so many times in training that I trusted that it was going to be there, and I just knew that I would be there to finish it off.